Not only is McKee using his glorious mullet to take him to the prestigious spot of #1 in the USA Mullet Championship, but he's also hoping to bring awareness to a good cause. But that's not all. People were excited and couldn't wait to enjoy the return of the Fortuna Rodeo. Even though the pandemic didn't allow a lot of businesses like Blondie's in Arcata to have live performances, they were able to adapt to the situation and continue to stay open for business. The COVID cases in Humboldt County have skyrocketed the past few weeks, but it seems like the students in the university aren't too worried about that. For many in this group, it was important to have these flags displayed not only to pay respect for those who were lost on 9/11, but to pass on the memory of the day to those who were too young to remember it. As for the cost of this treatment, the hospital says that there is no cost to the patient and the treatment is offered regardless of immigration status or health insurance. Last year, the HSU campus was a ghost town due to the pandemic forcing students to stay home. But this year, you'll see a lot more foot traffic on campus. Students from all across the country were on campus moving into their dorms and getting ready to start their journey at Humboldt State. And students were excited to be on campus after the unusual school year they just had.
Last year with online school, I hated it. I'm really excited to be here. I'm really glad, even though the mask policy came back a couple weeks ago in California, I'm very glad just to be able to move in on campus, be in the dorm, just to do, activities around here and all that.
The university was also excited to see lots of new faces on campus.
This is the place where all of their dreams begin for generational change. And so Humboldt State, all of us are excited to welcome everyone here today.
As you know, the COVID cases in Humboldt County have skyrocketed the past few weeks, but it seems like the students in the university aren't too worried about that.
I'm gonna take stay optimistic and look at the glasses half full and say it's all gonna work out the way it's supposed to.
I'm not worried. I think that our campus has been doing a really amazing job at putting things into place to keep our campus and our community safe.
Even though many of the large on-campus events have been canceled due to the recent surge in coronavirus cases, there are still lots of things students can do to get the college experience in a safe way.
We've got our Student Activities Center where we're going to see a lot more opportunities to engage with each other. So we've got some games going in there. We've got pool tables, ping pong table, all these kinds of things. We're opening spaces up a bit more to hopefully get students engaged in a true student union.
Reporting in Arcata, Hector Mendoza, Redwood News. Some may know this hairstyle as the Tennessee top hat, the Kentucky waterfall, the business in the front, party in the back, or just simply the mullet. But for this Southern Humboldt native, this is more than just a hairstyle.
And there's a lot of different takes on it. For some people, it's edgy, it's a little different. I guess that could apply to me, but it feels kind of like it fits my personality and who I am.
And that hairstyle and lifestyle have gotten him national recognition. Top 3 in the USA Mullet Championship. McKee has been rocking that mullet for a few years now, and when he heard about the competition, he wanted to see if he could make it to the top and represent Humboldt County. Not only is McKee using his glorious mullet to take him to the prestigious spot of #1 in the USA Mullet Championship, but he's also hoping to bring awareness to a good cause.
All the proceeds are going to stop soldier suicide. I'll be donating any of the prize money I win, either first, second, or third, goes straight to stop soldier suicide. So it's a good cause. If I win, you're helping everybody. It's in everyone's benefit to vote for me.
But McKee has one last message for all of Humboldt County.
Go to USA Mullet Champ. Vote for Jesse McKee. Keep your Trans Am heavy metal.
Reporting in Humboldt County, Hector Mendoza, Redwood News. A year has gone by since the coronavirus hit locally, and it kept people at home for a long period of time. Restaurants, bars, barbershops, salons, grocery stores, and lots of other businesses plummeted economically. Businesses like Wildberries Marketplace in Arcata not only had a drop in sales at the beginning of the pandemic, but also a shortage of products.
The community was very anxious about the shelter in place, and they began to buy everything in sight. And they really basically ransacked our shelves in a way of just supplying their homes and pantries with everything they could. So what we ended up having after about a month into the pandemic was a real shortage of goods.
Many businesses also had to lay off a bunch of people because of the safety guidelines and not being able to pay some of their employees.
We had to lay off about 15 of our staff. We usually have about 90 people working for us. We got down to about 75.
Even though the pandemic didn't allow a lot of businesses like Blondie's and Arcata to have live performances, they were able to adapt to the situation and continue to stay open for business.
Not only to adapt, but to provide for the community, we swapped over to providing more essentials and staples. So we turned back into more of a market.
But there were some businesses like thrift shops and secondhand stores that seemed to flourish during the pandemic.
Sales have done wonderfully. We tried to do, before we could open up completely, we did online sales. That really worked. So when we were able to open the doors up, the customers were very happy and seemed to be coming in, buying. Donations are good.
There were even some brave enough, like Jose Chavez, owner of My Little Oaxaca Bakery in Eureka, to open a business during a time where businesses were struggling. But as weeks and months have dragged on, we now have a better understanding of how to operate businesses during this difficult time, and many businesses are hopeful that they will be able to reconnect with their customers.
You know, we want people to be able to hear music and dance and just connect. So we're excited. We're really excited.
Reporting in Humboldt County, Hector Mendoza, Redwood News.